Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to another episode of Market Check, brought to you by BB. My name is Max, and I'm the CEO of Because Bitcoin, joined today by our CFO, Hagrid, one of our top analysts, Louis T. Guys, the title of today's show is ETH back above 4K. Well, technically, we just lost 4K. We were at over 4K, and now we're like 10 points off of it. So I guess it's time to pack it up, call it quits. It was a nice run, nice blow off top, and that's the cycle top for ETH, guys. We lost 4K. It's over. Obviously, I'm just kidding. Super bowled up, guys. Really, really excited. There's a lot to dissect because Bitcoin had a crazy day yesterday. Actually, I mean, really everything did, but we had a little Darth Maul. We had a little Darth Maul action for Bitcoin, which it's really reminiscent to me of really frothy bull market conditions. I remember vividly last cycle these crazy flushes where you would pump up and then just have a liquidation cascade, and then within a few days you're back like in price discovery. And it certainly feels to me like that is the environment that we are in right now, where you just pump up hard, you make a new high, too much leverage enters the system, and people are willing to pay too much in funding, and then they basically leave themselves vulnerable to a cascade. And I think that's what we saw, and we're probably going to end up running these highs in the not too distant future. But beyond what Bitcoin is doing, there's something really interesting going on with, of course, again, altcoins, others' dominance, and ETH BTC, which we're going to dissect again today because everybody must thoroughly understand. And on top of that, I'm sure we're going to talk about some of our premier and favorite Ethereum beta, because if ETH is pumping, why do we care that ETH is pumping? Do we love ETH? It's fine. You know, it's nice. We love ETH beta. So without further ado, Tucker, you've got your chart up.
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
looking at, bro?
I mean, I was just marveling at this. I wasn't even watching the chart. I mean, you had to really be staring at the chart yesterday to catch this, but
I missed it.
I
I literally
mean,
missed it.
I mean, it was technically 13% off the highs, but I mean, it did, within like a few hours, 12%. That's crazy. That's crazy. And we are bouncing right where we need to now. Again, this just looks so similar to that 35 to 37K, just vertical accumulation schematic, if you want to call it that. Basically just fractal. But yeah, man, this looks phenomenal. And it's nice to see ETH actually moving while Bitcoin is not in price discovery at this moment. I mean, depends on what time frame you look at, but yeah, I mean, just a beautiful uptrend, man. Everything has been and will continue to wait on ETH to really close above 4K. The beta you were just talking about, but I mean, we're there like right now. So it's a very significant level, though. I mean, look at this, like going back all the way to, I mean, to here, and you could even, like, if you want to call this a deviation, bruv. Let me put on the template, actually. Let me move this to the top side. This has been your level, right? We had a little deviation, came back down, whatever. But 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, many times we've gotten smacked by this level, so we're gonna have to hope.
And Tucker, it's like this is a what, 4-year range high, if you like to
Yeah,
think about it like
yeah,
that. Like this whole thing should be viewed as one giant high time frame accumulation, in my view, right? I don't like to look at it as like we had last cycle's pump and then the bear market and then this cycle's like pre-pump. The
mhm,
whole thing, you drew the range high beautifully. This
yeah,
is your range, right? This is going to be looked back on as like the longer the base, the higher into space. It's
mhm.
one continuous kind of contiguous pattern. Okay. It's connected, right? It's connected.
Yeah, and I don't know where you draw like range low. I mean, be like somewhere around here. I don't know
Yeah. Just
exactly
like
what.
lower boundary, upper boundary. Like that's
Yeah,
all you need. Yeah. A general region, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you break out of this, like you said, 4-year value, basically. I wonder where. That's a good. We should look at that. Hang on.
As soon as you said value, I was like, he's going for the VP right now.
He literally just
He
came.
wants to literally see the value area right now,
Yep.
and he won't stop until he gets it.
I need the value area. I
See,
hate
you know
that
what?
this
Every
still
time I
comes up
think
in
that we've
purple.
lost those colors forever, they have a way of haunting us. You
They
know,
come back. They come back. Yeah, it comes back in purple. All right, we'll do this. We'll do both. We'll do both an anchored VWAP
ooh,
and one of these. Take it from the highest volume candle. Oh yeah. I mean, let's just take
what if you started it a little bit further left, like the run up that we had in the beginning of last night, like a little bit more,
like that
Yeah,
candle.
yeah, like that.
Yeah, and then let me do this one too, like to
I was
here.
just curious what it would look like.
I mean, we're just above. We're above all of it. This is what we should have been looking at, honestly, all that time. Was this bear trap was I mean perfect, right? Like you came back below your value area high. You held your anchored VWAP, little retest, and then you just sent.
You don't. There's not a. I can't think off the top of my head of a better bear trap than what we just saw on ETH, man. Maybe it's out there somewhere, but
yeah, it's the Bitcoin ETF bear trap.
I would say this one's better, man.
It's just the same thing. It's just so funny. I did the same thing twice with the ETF.
Yep.
And off we go now. See you later.
And we are seeing, speaking of the ETFs, Louis, I'm happy you brought that up. We are seeing huge flows into the Ethereum ETF. They're starting to pick up.
Yeah, they're flying, and they're always like a day behind or whatever. But I'm pretty sure yesterday, I mean, the last few days they've been like 300 mil plus every day, essentially.
And here's the thing, man. It's like people, when ETH was having like zero inflows, people were loving to just be like, oh, ETH is garbage. No one wants to bid it. TradFi doesn't want to bid it. Do you really think that they give a shit about what ETH does? Most of these investors and funds, they understand what it does. They don't care. They're going to run it up. What? They bid Carvana in bankruptcy. You think that they won't bid the crap out of Ethereum, a brand new, recently, what do you want to call it? Recently classified digital commodity that has ETF and regulatory clarity? Are you kidding me? They're gonna pump this shit, man. They don't care what they're not using it. Not yet. They're gonna pump it. They're gonna pump it and then they're gonna use it because the best tech again is number go up.
Sad thing is most people don't realize that until price go up. Like in hindsight, it's like, oh wow, like of course they were gonna pump this shit, right? But
do you care about the tech, Louis? Are you a tech respector?
Am I a tech respector?
Yeah. Are you a number go up maxi or are you a tech respector?
I think you need to be a little bit of both. To
don't sit on the fence, Louis. Pick a side.
Pick a side.
Right now, I'm a price go up. Price go up.
Price go up. Yeah. I mean, that's the best tech.
Actual, like there's definitely cryptos and projects that do stuff and have good use cases, but I feel like the best use cases and the best things to come out of crypto are still yet to come. So right now it's kind of just speculation.
I think that most of us start feeling inspired by the tech and the decentralized narrative, and then we're just like, wait a second, I just want to be rich, and then we just start getting altcoins.
That was XRP for me. Like the amount I learned about like cross-border payments and Nostro Vostro accounts and how the money system works. That's what kind of got me in. Then you learn about Bitcoin, and then how about inflation, dollar debasement, gold. Like you learn about all this stuff, and then that hits you. Then you get screwed over in a bull market. With all these hot pie in the sky price theories. And then you're like, all right, we're here to make money.
And by the way, all that stuff is true. It just kind of is like Well, I can just be a Bitcoin maxi, or I can try to gamble my way out of the system with, with shit coins. So this is my favorite question in the world. I get this question all the time.
Oh my God.
This is my favorite question. How much should I invest on Andy to make massive profit? I'll give you the answer right now. Yes.
Yes.
That's my favorite question, man. People always are like, hey, I own like 3K of Andy. Is that enough? And I'm like, enough for what? I don't know what you mean. Enough? It's very hard to answer a question like that.
I've definitely noticed, especially over the last couple weeks, like the questions, how like the questions are coming in, like just you could tell there's new people coming into the space just by the questions. It's so, and they all have like the same thing. It's always something like that. Like it's just you could tell there's definitely new people coming into the space. Not there's anything wrong with those people, but it's just you could tell there's a new demographic joining the space.
Well, guys, the best tech that exists in crypto is definitely stable coins, right? Like just as a blanket statement, right? Like stable coins are probably the best tech that exists in crypto.
For sure. We just don't need them here in the US like other people do. I mean, imagine if you were living in like a hyperinflationary South American country. It's like to have that direct and easily accessible exposure to the US dollar, which is the least shitty shit fiat, you know?
Like and you can just send it around easily.
Yeah, that's the best tech for any non-American country.
That's the big thing. Like I know a lot of us, like we live in obviously us there in the US, and most people don't, watching this show probably aren't in third world countries, but you have to understand there's a huge population of the world that literally is unbanked. Like they don't have access to banks, or don't have enough money to, put money into a bank, and they have, family members either like working, like some people, like a lot of immigrants come to the US and they send their money back to their families in their other countries. And, crypto, for those subset of people, which is a large demographic of the world, like it's banking the unbanked really is like the slogan, right? And like crypto allows you to do that. So that is the tech. It's blockchain technology to me is not, and I've said this before, is not super like crazy innovative. It's just more of a public ledger, right? And it's a way to send money and assets across chain, which is great. I mean, I think AI is a more, innovation of a technology, but it's definitely an innovation of the financial system, and allowing more and more people in the world access to financial services, whether it's, having USDC and being able to send it or investing. It opens up that whole world to a whole new demographic of people. And that's really the power of crypto and Bitcoin when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let's have some fun today, guys. It's a Friday. To the audience, thank you guys for being here. Let's run the likes up. I do not want to chart hammer futures again today.
No.
We did that yesterday. We combined metal and rubber to chart the prospective value of a hammer, because it is hammer time. So let's just run the likes up. I don't want to nag you guys today. You already know the spiel. But guys, I want to have a little bit of fun here. So ETH is looking premier. Okay. It's looking premier. End of discussion. I will not debate if it looks premier or if it looks not premier. It looks premier. Everybody agrees. I want to go around this small room right here. We got me, Big Hagrid, and Louis Tuesday. What price does ETH close the 2024 yearly candle at? We're going to start with Tucker, then Louis, then me last.
Well, we should look at yearly candles then, shouldn't we?
You can do whatever type of analysis you need.
This chart is insane, first of all. I mean, I think at a minimum you got it, like you need to close it above here, right? That would be beautiful. Now let's drop. Oh my god. The high time frame charts.
CTO'd ETH.
Dude, the high time frame charts are unbelievable. All right, let's figure out where it's going to close the year. All right.
Here, I'm actually going to start a poll in the comments as well. So hang on. Let me.
And by the way, for the comments, don't worry, we're gonna get to that super chat from yesterday. I know you guys are asking about that. We talked about that before we even went live, so don't worry. Louis is gonna cook on that. But anyways, yeah, this looks really good, guys. This looks really good. We'll know more after the weekly close. If we close the weekly above 4K, then we're going a lot higher. I think we can. Well, let's just do this. Let's just do this. I think we can hit this by end of year. I think we could hit that by end of year. I think we could hit 5K, slightly above 5K by end of year. Assuming you can break out above like 4,100, 4K. Yeah, 5K, maybe 5,300. That's what we're going with.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So
that's what you were going to say. Give me something. Should we get more granular? Should we get more specific? Like what's your number? And I'll give you mine.
Well, obviously 2021 all-time high, 48.5. I think for, the yearly close or a monthly close or even a weekly close above that level going into January is what's going to, kind of back up the seasonality we've seen with ETH, right? Max has shown before, ETH in December, January, February, and March is, the 4 best months for ETH's performance, right? Seasonality wise. So I think we need, by the end of the year, I think closing above, that $4,900 level, added around 5K, 5,100 is what's going to give us, that yearly, monthly, weekly breakout to send us to, 7 to 10K in the next months to follow that. So that's why, I think it's going to be around, 5K, 5,100, something like that. That gives us a breakout of the 2021 highs at the yearly close. And then you send from there. So that's my reasoning.
Yeah. So I think my answer, and by the way, guys, I dropped a poll in the comments. We got some people voting right now. I want to see what you guys think. My only hang up is that I think we have to put in the meat of the gains for this month, like from now through like the 23rd. I think we're I don't think we're gonna rally during Christmas. I feel like we'll kind of like range, and from like the 23rd until the new year. So I feel like we basically have about 2 weeks to really put in a meat stick. I would say I have zero hesitancy to say that ETH will close above 4,500. Like I think we should be pushing up against the all-time high. I just worry a little bit like maybe we even make a new all-time high and go to like, 5K and do the little Bitcoin sweep and jeet where then we consolidate under 48.68, Tucker's all-time high level. So like if you remember what Bitcoin did, Bitcoin made a new all-time high and then chopped. I'm not expecting like a big 8-month range. Not at all. Not like Bitcoin did. But I think we could actually make a new all-time high before the end of the year and then kind of range and retrace a little bit around Christmas and close the year basically, I think 4,500. I do. But again, I'm happy to be wrong on that because I've also been known to be a little bit conservative in my estimates. I've been known to sell a little bit too early, or I don't know. It's hard to kind of gauge momentum, but I'm going to say we'll make a new all-time high or flirt with the all-time high, but close at 4,500.
I like it. I like it.
If you look back at last cycle, we were still below the old all-time high going into January. We put in 2 nice candles, like on the weekly. If you go to the weekly chart, Tuck, you put in two nice meat sticks leading into the old all-time high. December, last couple of weeks, you kind of stagnate a little bit. So I mean, maybe that's a sign, but it feels to me that we're a couple weeks ahead of the last cycle. Like we're slightly.
I feel that too, Louis.
Just the way the chart looks right now, it just looks ready to just
There's a
descend.
lot of examples out there that were like 30 days ahead of the previous cycle. And then the last cycle was 30 days ahead of the 2017 parabola. So
you can just measure it from when we topped too, right? Like in 2017, we topped in December. Last cycle, we topped in November. We're probably topping in October this cycle, right? But
yeah.
Max, why do you think that we like chop and go down from the 23rd to the end of the year?
I just feel like there's going to be some ETH Jeets that want to sell into like the all-time high break. I feel like that's pretty standard, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's not any sort of bearish forecast ETH. I mean, bro, my exposure to the Ethereum ecosystem is, I mean, I can't even explain it, bro. Like my life, my sanctity, my prosperity as a man is single-handedly in Vitalik's hands. Everything. So I hope that we slice through 5K like a hot knife through butter. Okay. But I just know how these Jeets like to act, man. There's nothing that gets a Jeet more excited than front running an all-time high or selling the sweep. They love that, bro. That's like page number 1 in the Jeet handbook is sell the excitement of an all-time high break. They love to do that.
Look what happened. Yeah, look what happened
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah,
Like
they love to
they
do that.
swept it, sold it, and then we pumped. Let's see what this was. We pumped how far above it? We pumped 40% above it, and then corrected, 50%, and then given that was like 2K back to like 1200. And then you put in a monster move.
And here's the important point, guys. This shit doesn't matter at all. Like, if you can somehow just stomach the volatility and turn your brain off from now through March and just be super long ETH and ETH beta and ETH DeFi and the whole thing, and just diamond hand it until you hit a 1.618 on log. That's all you need, man. That is all you need. Like, I couldn't be more excited for January, February, March for ETH. It's impossible. We're gonna rip. It's gonna be beautiful.
My God, 13.
That's real, bro. Like, I'll be honest, I'll probably be front running that a little bit. Like, you put the loggles on and you give me, a 1414 in log.
Yeah.
That's all Max needs right there.
Yeah.
And then Max's wife gets a new house. That's it.
Yeah, 10K.
Like, I'm looking to sell I'm looking to sell like half my ETH bag. Not my ETH beta necessarily, but like my large cap ETH exposure. Probably between 8,500 and 11,000. Okay. And then I'm going to leave the remainder for a moonshot to 20K, just in case I'm wrong.
Wait, what's your ETH high cap exposure?
You know, Louis. You know.
You wouldn't get it.
I mean, bro, I'm in the very, very Schmiko top percentile of Pepe holders.
That's what I figured. It was Pepe.
I also own a ton of spot ETH, bro. Like,
well, that's what I was saying. You have what, ETH on Aave or something?
I mean, I do have that, but I have a ton of spot ETH as well, bro. Like, I have a fat bag of just spot ETH. So
I didn't know people owned ETH.
For more than just gas.
I can't tell if that's a backhanded insult or not. But
no, for me, come on, I'm all about the boomer tokens. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I mean, bro, I own all. I mean, bro, my exposure to ETH is unbelievable right now. Like, I have topped up every bag I possibly can. I mean, it's time, boys. Like, this is what we've been waiting for.
ETH was a huge chunk of my portfolio last cycle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, it started out as like a 10% of my portfolio and literally ended up being like 50-60%, like at the highs. Like, yeah.
Louis, I remember last cycle. I remember last cycle, I owned a ton of Ethereum that I bought like under $500, and I was
Yeah.
watching Bitcoin rip in price discovery. And I remember seeing, like, I followed a lot of Bitcoin maxis last cycle, and I just remember being like, damn, bro, they're all telling me like ETH is dead, man. Like, I fucked up so bad. Like, why did I not just go all in Bitcoin? Like, I can't believe it. And then ETH went on to just destroy Bitcoin after it got into price discovery. I remember it. And that's why I felt so confident despite being frustrated with ETH. I felt so confident, like, look, there's going to be a huge catch-up trade. It doesn't make sense why they'd give us the ETF. It doesn't make sense why this time would be different. It doesn't make sense why Sol would continue to leave ETH in the dust without. I mean, I'm not saying that Sol ETH has to top. I'm just saying, like, could we get 3 months of ETH outperformance against Sol, like, in a big way? Yeah. Yeah, we could, you know? Like, I'm all in on ETH right here, man. Like genuinely, I'm about all in on ETH. I have very little exposure to anything else. So, bro, if I swapped all of my other ETH large cap exposure, spot ETH and Pepe into Andy, it would send it up 100%, literally in a day. I'm not kidding.
No, it's good. I remember last cycle, like my first, like, the moment where I was like, oh my God, like it's happening was literally, because I remember specifically, I was like that 2021, like 2020 going to 2021 New Year's, I had COVID, and I was locked in my room for 10 days. And I remember like the night that the first, like New Year's night, I remember like, oh my God. And then I remember like 3 days later, because I was literally in my room for 3 days, like 4 or 5 days. And like, I was literally, all I could do is I just watch price. And I was literally just pacing in my room for like 3 days straight, just like watching price.
Just
like
thick as a dog pacing back and forth.
yeah, Ben Cowan had like the
Oh
Ben
my
Cowan had
God.
like the watch parties going on, and like my portfolio where like I really made that first jump. And that was like literally like the first couple days of January, last couple days of December. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking for. And like we were just saying, you know, I feel like there's been multiple times this cycle where I feel like we're just a couple weeks ahead of the kind of that cyclicality. So we can be seeing that right now. If not, we wait a couple more weeks, you know, not a big deal. But yeah, that's what I remember. That was my first, like, holy shit, like I'm making money now type moment.
Guys, Mog is
Oh, wow.
sending right
Nice.
now. Oh my God. I think it's actually trading on Coinbase now, if I had to guess.
Yeah, bro, Mog's looking real good. Tucker, let's throw some loggles on. I want to see a 1618 log.
Yeah, because this is just linear. So this
I don't
somebody
do
asked.
linear, bro.
I know.
I take that personally.
Somebody asked for like a Mog end of year target, and I said at least here 3.5 something. But let's see log. I mean, that's even a local fib for log, if I'm being honest. But and I wish this had market cap. But basically,
Is that fib in log mode there?
it is, but it's from like, you know, it's local. It's local. That's 60% higher. But if you want a real, I mean, I don't even.
Yeah. So take it from the first wick, because we held the 1618. I actually had this in a video a long time ago. Yeah, so we flipped the 1618. Yeah, we're going to the 2618.
2618 is, oh my God.
Unfortunately, Max does not have personal exposure to Mog, but BB Wealth Management does have a fat bag of Mog, so that's nice.
15x. That's a 15x.
Mog to 20 bill, bro. That's, yeah, like, give me that. Give me that. It's a layup. Give me that.
You're right. No, yeah, Trader Slim. He was the one that asked for the Mog end of year target. You're right. My target is getting absolutely smashed. I did not know Mog was going to rip 20% today. That's unreal. So yeah, 15x. What's Mog at? Like 1.5 right now?
Around there.
So 20 bill Mog. It's at 1.3. Yeah, close enough.
All right. So the poll is finished. Where we had almost 300 votes. Where does ETH close the 2024 yearly candle? 38% of you said above 5K. 26% of you said above 4,500. 17% said above 4K. 17% said above 4,800. So it looks like we're gonna send. Looks like we're gonna send. Max, I'm starting to doubt that Andy can hit 2 to 3 bill this spring. You should sell them, bro.
Perfect.
You should full stack Jeet.
I love that sentiment.
I'll wait for your red candle and then I'll bid it. How could you fade the army, bro? Can't fade the army.
Yeah, this chart looks crazy. Wolf sending too, is it?
Oof, look at Mog.
I know. Mog's going crazy. Oh,
14.
yeah. Wolf at the highs. Pushing the highs. This is such a bullish, like, this is literally what Pepe is doing too, by the way. It just
That's the Will special. That's the rounder.
the rounder. Yeah, Will likes to draw. Where's
Little
that?
round things.
So he likes to draw. Where's the damn tool?
It's all the way to the left, next to the horizontal line. Yeah, that one.
It's this. He has it slightly differently, but
yeah, that's
he likes to draw the
right there.
Yeah. Beauty. This is what Pepe is doing too, by the way. It's just not as Wolf is cleaner, honestly, at this point. But
Pepe is like a beach ball under water right now.
let's do Andy. Same thing.
I mean, they're getting ready to fly, bro.
The little rounder.
Little rounder.
They're getting ready.
Round in the bases.
Yeah.
Just round in first base.
Don't fumble it at the 1 yard line, boys. You are at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Don't fumble it.
What's the market cap right now? Is like 300, 200, 250?
263.
263.
I know that you love that, Tucker, that you can just
love it, dude. I love that you could just look at the price and it tells you the market cap. It's so, just for trading view purposes, it's so nice, but yeah, 263. I mean, this is, am I on linear? Yeah, this is on linear. So linear, your first target's like 500 mil. Obviously, log, we've looked at this. It's like over $1 billion, So, yeah.
I mean, sitting just chilling at like 250, 260, like $1 billion's pretty much programmed at this point, especially where we're at in the cycle. It's pretty
like the last time we came up here, right? It was like, it was pretty quickly back down, right?
Yeah.
And also this whole time, ETH BTC, we should look at ETH BTC because this whole time ETH BTC has been down only. So looking good on ETH BTC. I wonder if you could call this like an Adam and Eve thing. I don't know for sure. That's not really this little like. No, that's not anything. Come on, Louis.
That's a deviation spring.
That's a deviation, bruv.
I'm gonna just Tommy the chart real quick. I want to show you guys this.
I knew it was coming at some point, Max. It's okay.
Here it is. Here's Bo Bandy, Fee Fi Fo Fandy. I want you to look at the relationship and thoroughly understand it, guys. We're going to draw something up. Do you see this? I mean, guys, what are we talking about here? No one can ever answer the question. They will fade forever. Pepe, Andy, Wolf. What are we talking about? Look at the chart. I don't even need this anymore. Just like Pepe. I don't know how long they make you wait. But it's going to do this.
Yeah.
Way higher. and the whole beta train is going to go at once. The greatest setup in the history of crypto, maybe ever. Maybe ever. Look at this.
Andy and Wolf are leading.
They've done that before. I mean, guys, what are we even talking about here?
Now the question is, because we're getting ETH breakout right now, do we see it go Pepe, Brett, Andy, Wolf, or other way around? I mean, it's kind of looking at this point like the other way around. It's looking like Wolf wants to do it first and then Andy.
Well, here's the thing about Wolf, right? Is Wolf actually led off of the lows. You don't see it on this chart because this is just showing from the point where Coinbase listed Pepe. Wolf led off of like our local Q2 lows, right? It's the easiest to pump. It's got the thinnest books. It's the lowest market cap. Then Andy followed. Then Pepe, right? We might, during peak mania, be in an environment where beta leads alpha when the correlation is that strong, right? And there's data to suggest that that's what we've seen, and we'll see it again. But all I know is, like, if you're fumbling these charts, I can't help you. You know, I simply can't help you.
Do you think Pepe being on Coinbase now can allow it to maybe be suppressed or, messed around with a little more before? And that's why we're kind of seeing the Andy and Wolf lead instead?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's such a prominent listing.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably a lot of like OG Pepe whales that are like, okay, there's a lot of liquidity up here now. I can take my 30 million and, go piss off.
Yeah.
But I mean, the volume that you're seeing on Pepe is tremendous, right? Like the daily trading volume on Pepe is huge, bro. Huge. I'm like, there's a major kind of disconnect right now between the price of Pepe and the amount of daily volume that's occurring. And you're about to see that gap close pretty quickly. I mean, we're doing billions in volume. So, I mean, it's done more volume than everything. Like everything, Doge, SHIB, I mean, not even close. So,
yeah,
I don't know if
even
I think
before.
it's going to be like, jerked around with, I think it's just like we marked up like 50-60% in a very, very short period of time. And we're just kind of basing out before another big leg up, honestly.
Yeah, no, I would agree. It literally, I'm just following the lower time frame on Pepe over the last couple weeks. Yeah, it really does look like reaccumulation to me. And I mean, locally, you've had a lot of chop, right? So that's gonna, screw over a lot of people trying to catch that, leg on leverage or, weak hands. And I guarantee a lot of people have been chopped up in the last couple weeks, right? And all it's been doing is just consolidating and reaccumulating. But yeah, I even tweeted last night, like Pepe looks like it's ready to, hit that continuation from this consolidation. Like it looks ready to go here soon.
We're just going to wake up one day and it's going to be above the range high here. Yeah, it's going to be hard to predict because it's a meat grinder right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a fast move, and that's what we're used to seeing, right? Like this is kind of like the boring, like it bores people, right? Like people like they bought Coinbase listing, like people got excited, they aped Pepe, and now they've had to sit in Pepe pretty much chopping and ranging for the past 2 or 3 weeks while they're watching other stuff pump, right? And that's where people kind of get caught up, and they're probably like over the last couple of days, screw it, they sell the Pepe. And then out of nowhere, you get that giant meat stick out of nowhere, and it leaves this little range forever. That's what the market likes to do.
Yep.
No
Tucker,
handout.
I'm giving it back to you.
We got a super chat for Ski.
Oh yeah. Ski.
E. Man, I fumbled this one.
Oh my God.
I was, see that little blip to the left on the bottom left? Yeah. I was kind of messing around with it in that area. Sold when we started to drop into those lows. And I normally I'll sell something, but I'll keep it on my watch list just in case something like this happens. And I didn't. I faded, and this would have been another 200, 300x if I would have just kept that bag sitting there. Pretty crazy. And this is just a testament to what is coming to base chain, in my opinion. The fact that we saw Ski go from like 1 to 2 million to pushing 300, 400 million market cap in just a couple weeks, like that's a great sign. This is like soul type action, and that's telling me that liquidity is flowing into base and ETH, and that's what we've seen, right? We see Soul start and as the first mover, and then that liquidity eventually makes its way over to ETH and obviously base now too, because it's the cheaper way to transact on ETH. So I'm super bullish on base, but yeah, seeing this is definitely very, very, positive. I'm super souped.
Yeah, it did this in a month. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. That'll happen.
I have no idea where that goes from here. I know Will was in this pretty heavy.
Yeah. Are there any fibs, like log fibs, we could look at with this?
Log fibs. Yeah, probably.
We need log though, Tucker. That's got to be linear mode, right?
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah, so I did it this morning, and we're not even at the 1618 yet, which is pretty crazy.
We're not. 600 mil is the 1618.
Wow. I think that might be the magic number for base tokens. I was looking at other ones this morning, like base Pepe and stuff like that, which I'll get to charting that sooner or later. But I think 600, 700 $1 million market cap might be a nice sweet spot for a lot of these low cap base gems.
Yeah. All right, Lou, you wanna do base Pepe for him since they
sure. Let me
asked yesterday.
Go back to my trading view here. 1 second. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is base Pepe on log. I've been literally tracking this on linear most of the time, but after last night's move, fresh all-time highs yesterday, got to turn the loggles on. It's time. It's that part of the cycle, right? But pretty crazy. This has been super strong. As far as log goes, I threw a couple fibs on this. I'm not the greatest with fibs, right? I'm better on linear. I'm better at, charting out bottoms and market structures and stuff like that. When these things get into price discovery, I look to Tucker and Max that they're great at this stuff. But from what I've picked up over the last year or two, running these fibs, ran a couple different fib scenarios, and just looking at this in log at this point, right? Like we're already above the 1618 on log, which is pretty substantial. So the fact that we were trading on top of it for a while, that was a call where I was like, okay, we're basically having price acceptance above the 1618. Like once you get price acceptance above these fib levels, you tend to move on to the next one, right? It's either you reject and the market says, no, you're overbought here, or no, like, this is your new price acceptance. We're staying above here. Sellers are not pushing it back down below. And now we consolidated for a little bit over the last, month or two. And now we're pushing higher. So granted, since we're sitting on top of the 1618, obviously I have to look to my next target, which would be a 2618, right? So a 2618 from here, puts us basically pushing 100 mil market cap, right, on base Pepe. Last time I talked about base Pepe on this show, I was, eyeing 100 mil. I said that's, my local target here. But watching what Ski has done, right? We just looked at Ski, literally teleported from a couple million to, plus $300+ million market cap. Gives me a lot of confidence that we will enter this green zone here for base Pepe. And between the 2618 and 3618, that kind of pushes us into that sweet spot I was talking about, around that $600-700 million market cap. I know it sounds kind of crazy right now, and I don't really give too many price targets, right? Because I think it's more or less taking what the market gives you and getting out as far as timing and sentiment goes, not just waiting for a price target. So I'm giving areas, right? So, if I had to kind of see, okay, we're obviously continuing on a strong trend. This thing wants to continue higher. We're seeing stuff on base chain pop off left and right, smaller tokens entering that $100+ million market cap territory, middle case somewhere in here, right? Somewhere 100, 200, $300 million market cap pushes us into the 2618, 3618 range. Maybe, that best case scenario, or, a great case would be this little golden pocket I drew up here between my two sets of fibs. And in this little yellow zone here, will push us, anywhere between 700 to $1 billion market cap. So don't want to get ahead of our skis here. We still are well below, the 2618. We have basically almost a double to get there. So my eyes are on this zone right now, hitting the 2618 and seeing what happens. But that'll have us base Pepe, well into the hundreds of millions of dollar market cap. And just what a ride. Like, this is something I put in the Discord at literally 300K market cap. So this is a play where some hopped on with me. Not everyone's still riding, but we've printed multiples on this. We're pushing well over 100+x, on this call. And this thing has been the gift that keeps on giving. And from what I'm seeing from the market, as well as base chain, and the strength I'm seeing with this, I'm eyeing this, 100+ million, anywhere from 100 to 700, 800 mil. Is definitely on the table, and we'll see more when we get there. But just the strength is undeniable, the relative strength on this one, and I think base chain's just getting started, so it's looking great from here.
Yeah, it's really gone on to exceed most people, myself included, our expectations. It's really, talk about a strong chart, man. Beta of beta of beta, man. It's the season, right? Tis the season.
I've been trying to find something like to compare it to, and like I can't really find much. Maybe you guys know some charts that look like this, because like this literally never kind of went down, right? Like we launched and it kind of just did a little pullback here. Like normally you see these tokens launch and they kind of, come down here and then they make a base and then they go. This has kind of just been drifting higher nonstop. Obviously consolidations along the way, which have provided market structure, which is super healthy. And that's what's allowed this chart to thrive. But I can't find any examples to kind of fractal this thing out. Maybe you guys have examples, or maybe Max or Tucker, you guys can throw some fibs on this and get some different viewpoints.
I've never seen a chart that looks like that, Louis.
Yeah.
Like,
So like it's really hard.
It's a micro cap and it never got like a 70 or 80% flush after launch.
I mean, how big was that flush from like that 1 to 0, Louis?
The biggest pullback we got, I'm pretty sure, let me go back to linear here, I think was only like 50%. But we've had like 30 to 40% pullbacks as well. Like this wasn't a straight line up. And that's the thing about this project is, and I've said this from the beginning, but this has been, let me take off all these fibs that are in the way here. This has been a very organic and natural price action. But let's say from here to there. Yeah. So you had to set, you had a 75%.
Okay. That's what
you had the 75%. And then you had this one, another 45%. You had this one. So this has had many pullbacks along the way. And then you really start to separate. And I actually talked about this on stream where I had this trend line drawn and I was saying like, I kind of compared this
Mog, Louis.
Pop,
does it look like
Popcat or Mog? Yeah, I would say those are the two
or
closest.
Whiff?
Whiff too? We'll have to look at it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. But Mog had that like big and then it did that pattern.
Yeah, so it was like 1, 2, 3. And I remember we were here and I was like, all right, if we hold this trend line and we can get back above this high, I was like, this is going to be the big move because that's what we saw in something like Popcat. And that's what we got. I mean, I'm pretty spot on with this. Like,
pull up Whiff too. Pull up Whiff.
I don't want to be that I told you so, but yeah, this is really starting. This is where we start to see the parabolic.
I don't want to be the I told you so or.
Let's see.
Yeah, the beginning of Whiff. The very beginning of Whiff. You might need. Are you on Mexi? Yeah, you are.
I'm on the rest of the bet chart. Let's see.
Yeah, that. See that? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
This is
right
where
there.
kind of.
Yeah.
So you had that, and then you had your 1, your 2, your 3, bang, big move, separation. Mm-hmm. So if I had to compare, right, like maybe we're here, man, or here, right? Let me pull up Popcat because I remember that was pretty similar.
Louis, do you think there's people buying base Pepe thinking that it's like the big Pepe?
Definitely could be. And that, that a big portion or a big reason why it's like I was like, okay, I knew the project was launched correctly, right? They didn't let snipers get in. They the team didn't take a huge allocation, no big KOLs, nothing like that. So everything was kind of pretty organic. And then obviously you had Pepe, which is like the most well-known meme. And I was like, all right, it's a done deal, right? It's, but yeah, same thing with Popcat. 1, 2, 3, bang. But lately Popcat hasn't been, moving greatly, but I'm sure this is going to turn around soon. But yeah, there's not really many charts out there that look like this. So it's hard to find, something to go off of. So we kind of got to just take it level by level and see where this takes us. But we can use fibs and kind of those price areas to kind of gauge of where this thing can go. But, it's the gift that keeps on giving right now.
What a fucking call, Louis. Nice job, bro.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
What a fucking call, man. Unbelievable. Well, I hope it goes to 1 billion plus for you. That'd be huge. What's it at right now? 50, 60?
Like 65?
65. Yeah. Wow, man.
65. I think it hit 70 yesterday for a second. But another reason to get in the Discord, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. If you're not in the Discord, I can't help you at this point. I don't know. Yeah. Similar to Andy. Just like, you know what? I've already told you about it. It is what it is.
What is oh man, Bitcoin dominance is still kind of nuking.
Oh, bummer. Bummer.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, shoot.
Jeez, guys.
Tucker, Bitcoin dominance is in January, February of 2021 right now.
Hang on, let me see.
It's just pausing right before the literal nuke.
Let's do this. You think it's in here?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I do. 100%. And pull up others' dominance below that chart. It's already your top one. There you go. I mean, look at where others' dominance is right now.
Ooh, big sneeze.
Bless you.
Yeah,
look at that. Like, let's prospect out where others' dominance is right now, as in comparison to 2021.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
So this was like your kind of high before it fell off, right? Same thing here.
Yep. So where's Bitcoin dominance?
If you're there, then you're like
Exactly.
that's a breach.
Exactly. We might pause. Everything will rip together. Bitcoin dominance chops sideways, and then boom. Dev pulls the liquidity on Bitcoin dominance. He rugs the LP. It's over. LP wasn't locked. Bitcoin dominance below 40. Send it.
Below 40? Oh my god. Yeah, I think we at least get like this level somewhat quickly. Like 50.
What is that little boomerang? What is that?
It's a fun boomerang, Max. Yeah. Make it red though. 50.
I'm just saying, man, this is what we've been talking about for a year. Telling everyone, like, don't miss this shit. Do not get fudded out of your alts thinking that somehow we're going to have a cycle where Bitcoin dominance does not puke before it's all said and done. And here it's happening. It's amazing to see this finally start. This thing is going to teleport down, guys.
We've literally just been waiting for all of this. Boom.
I mean, bro, when did that stairs up pattern start, Tucker? What was the date of the stairs up beginning? Is that early last year?
March last year.
I mean, bro, it's December of 2024.
It's been a long time. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired.
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Yeah.
Listen.
Literally that.
Mr. Sir?
Yeah. Study Mr. Sir. And also study Uncle Jacob. All right. Very few understand Uncle Jacob. Guys, this is when you literally just sit on your hands. Can you throw up maybe some RSI here for Bitcoin dominance, Tucker? I'm just curious. I'm curious what that would look like. Because I know we had some unreal divs. We had some really, really nice bear divs. Could you move it up? Yeah, there you go.
Let's get rid of this. Make it a little better.
You might need to go to the weekly. Could you go to are you on the weekly?
On log.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm on log. No, I'm not. Oh yeah, I am. All
Okay.
right. Yeah,
that thing is just
yeah, and it even like gave the like little spike above, you know what I mean? It gave that little like
where did in 2017, where did Bitcoin dominance bottom? RSI. Yeah, 14. Bro. Just start selling your altcoins when weekly Bitcoin dominance is like below 20.
Yeah, because where
that's
did
it.
This one? Hang on, let's look back.
And by the way, that's just the first alt season. You've gotten 2 legs of an alt season both cycles so far.
And honestly, like these bull divs, right? When you should be really not in the market for altcoins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely when this gets below like 25, we're going to set an alert.
Tucker with his alerts, the Jeet alerts is what
I mean, dude, if Bitcoin dominance is below 25, it's probably time.
Jeet.
You don't even need, guys, you don't even need to replicate this chart or listen. I'm going to tell you when to sell. When Tucker buys an AP and a blacked out Cadillac Escalade, just sell everything. That's it. You don't need to look at the chart. Just wait.
No, when Max gets a Sky Dweller, that's when you get out.
That's true. I've been waiting years to get a Sky Dweller, bro. It's my favorite watch.
No, I want you to have it, Max. You need it.
I will. I've been waiting for the right time. I wanted it to mean something. It will mean something.
Yeah, this chart is wild.
Guys, we have almost 700 people watching. We can get to at least 500 likes. Just take a second, hit the like button.
I don't think they appreciate what we're doing here, Louis. That's the problem. I don't think they like. I don't know, man. Like I'm with you, Louis. Like I'm on your team. It's just like I don't know. I think you might have miscalculated their appreciation, because it's like if you appreciate the show, you would just like it,
Yeah.
But like that's not what we're seeing here.
No, it's like, these guys are giving me free alpha, free information, keeping me updated on the markets.
Yeah.
And help making me money. But nah, I'm not gonna like the.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, it makes me feel a little bit nauseous inside.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I'm confused. That's what it is, because it's like I see the comments and I see the viewership and I'm like, oh, there must be likes on the stream, and then I check it and there's like no likes, and then I refresh my browser because I'm like, it must be a refreshing issue, and then still no. And then I contact Apple and I send them an email and I say, hey, I think Safari is bugging out because there's no way that my stream doesn't have this many likes. And then Apple gets back to me, Tim Cook gets back to me and he's like, hey, listen, Max, like I see you working hard, but they're just not liking your stream. And I'm like, Tim, that can't be correct. Like, it must be a Safari issue that's not loading correctly. And he's like, no, Max, I promise you. Like, I had our senior engineer look into it. It's not a Safari issue. And then it settles in the cold, hard truth that you guys just aren't liking the content, and I go through that whole grieving process and discovery process just to conclude that you guys aren't actually liking the stream. And I couldn't believe it. I was going to bat for you guys. I was like, Tim Cook's like CEO of Apple, like, this is your fault. But no. And then I look like an idiot yelling at Tim Cook about how Safari's broken. But apparently you guys just aren't liking the stream. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely wild. This is a true story. All that really happened, by the way. It's a true story. Yeah.
Oh, man. When are they going to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, Max? That needs to happen.
When are they going to make a new phone?
Yeah.
Never.
Like, they've made the same phone for the past decade,
Yeah, they've made the same phone.
I would love to ape a new phone, bro. Like, if they came out with like a cool, like a, like you flip the phone open kind of thing, bro, I'd ape that. I would ape it immediately.
Talk, you still have your Vision Pros?
Oh, of course.
Do you use it though?
Sometimes.
Nah, he doesn't use them, bro. He never uses them.
I think they discontinued it, right?
He's never used
it.
He used it,
I don't know.
Twice.
I think they put the kibosh on it.
They might have. No, I saw. No. They're selling them. They're selling them. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I mean, if they could make one where it's a little more affordable and better.
Well, they could make one that's like more functional than
Yeah, or just make it really extremely more functional and more money, and then one or the other, or just make it cheaper and But I feel like they're.
Bro, side note, totally unrelated to all this. Did you see that some guy made a shit post about Gainsey being the guy that killed the United Healthcare CEO?
No.
And it went viral.
The fuck?
Bro,
that's some crazy shit, though.
It is unbelievable, man. Like, I'm honestly starting to get worried for him. I'm like, they're gonna come to his house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a joke.
Gainsey.
No, bro. I can't believe it. It's wild, bro. It's wild.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. He was pretty young. He was a young guy.
Bro, it's got the tweet has 5.7 million impressions with no community notes saying that it's fake or anything.
Dude, that's not good.
And then the guy followed up with it. He's just trolling him. And he photoshopped a picture of Gainsey allegedly tweeting, gonna short the fuck out of United Healthcare, United Health Group stock this week. I'm rotating all profits into NBUT token on Solana. I can't say
no.
NBUT.
It's literally, it might be the best troll that I've ever seen.
Did you see that that token pumped when they showed Mike Tyson's butt?
Yes. That was an all-time crypto moment.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, are we gonna YouTube live stream the BitBoy
Ben Armstrong
fight?
Dude, Ben Cohen fighting BitBoy would be all time.
Wait,
bro.
didn't we live stream it last time?
Yeah, we did. It was when Ansem was fighting.
When is the fight?
Was that the top?
That was partly the top.
When was that? When did that happen? Because
We have a stream of it. We could probably find the date, but I don't remember.
But that's definitely something I'd be open to doing.
Have you guys noticed the Coinbase premium on ETH? It's been trading like 5 to 10 points above Binance for like the past few days, if I'm not mistaken.
When was the first one?
What do you take from that?
I don't know, honestly. Americans are on the buttons, I guess. Michael Saylor is starting an Ethereum Treasury Reserve strategy with MSTR.
Oh, there goes Velodrome pumping. Someone gave a shout out.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. I can't wait for all like the new mixes to come out to that song. Yeah, that's when you know.
Yeah.
Nuke it.
We should have like Z like make a sick one and like go back to like all of our sick calls on all the market checks we've done and just like overlay it with music in the background and just like all of our
dude. Z is a monster,
calls.
Man. Z is a monster.
Z is a monster. I like Aerodrome. I'm trading Aerodrome basically by trading Velodrome, kind of like a beta play.
You want to pull it up, Louis? Do you have it up?
Yeah. Bang.
Dude, Wolf is sending right now.
Really?
Yeah, so this is what I'm playing for Aerodrome. It's another DEX on OP, like Aerodrome. So, but it's Velodrome, and it's on Coinbase, which I do like. My occasional, sub $500 million market cap, VC token that's on Coinbase because they love to pump these things. They love to pump it because I caught this here back in, was it March? Yeah, I remember this little run I caught. And when these little low cap, VC tokens or utility plays on Coinbase start to pump, they really pump. So one of my things is if it's a low cap, if it's like sub $1 billion, it's on Coinbase, and they actually have a working product, it might be a good play because eventually you'll likely have enough liquidity sloshing around on Coinbase for people to buy it up. So that's kind of how what got me into playing this one. So yeah, gave the call in the Discord right in here, popped a couple days later, kind of basically chopped on top of massive support, and here we go. We're getting our separation. Talked about that this morning.
Yeah, Louis, stop talking about the Discord, man. They can't be helped at this point. You know what I mean? It's just the amount of the highlight reel goes on for hours of your plays in the Discord, and if they haven't signed up, they're just you just can't save everybody.
This chart looks great though, Louis. Looks a lot like that Telcoin one too.
Yeah. No, these things will have their time in the sun for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, for real, Louis did call this one in the Discord again. Again, another Louis meat stick. Who could have foreseen?
Doge also looks ready to go here soon.
Oh wow, I hadn't looked at Doge
I haven't looked at it in a while either because I basically buried all my Doge gains into other stuff, but this type of look here, let's go to the 3-day. But this kind of just consolidation or like pressing, into a major level here, right? You got these wicks here, and then basically nothing but air until here. And you're kind of just slowly grinding into a flat top. Usually these pop to the upside in a bull market. So what I always like to say is consolidation under resistance in a bull market is bullish because usually they resolve to the upside after shaking out the weak hands locally. But yeah, this looks pretty good in a low time frame. So it's a great continuation setup here. And your next target for Doge is 58, 60 cents for your next leg. I think this can definitely get back to old all-time highs.
Yeah, man. People still are fading Doge, which is
Mhm.
crazy to me. And I'll keep going back to this point that 100 billion is not what it was 4 years ago. Not even close. And I think people they have a tough time wrapping their minds around the idea that we could be in like inning 2 of alt season right now. And the recent moves were just like, I don't even want to say it. I don't even know if it's the right term, but like test pumps, just like warning shots of what's to come. And people are still debating like, hey, is Doge going to go to $1? And I'm like, the question we should be asking is Doge going to go to $5? Like, I think the 2 to 4 is a soft toss given the environment and the political backdrop that we have right now. It's a silly conversation to say, is Doge going to pump like 100% from here where ETH BTC is literally just finding a bottom? Are you kidding me? We typically know that the meat of the Doge move happens when ETH BTC is pumping hard from like January through May following a Bitcoin halving. We're already at 43 cents, and you somehow think that Doge to $1 is like a profound debate to have?
What's
No.
crazy is after all, like the crazy bullish setup that Doge got last cycle with Elon and everything, like I think it's safe to say that Doge could have an even more bullish setup this cycle, which is crazy, but it's true.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
it's just setting up another way bullish catalyst setup going on with Elon running it back. It really is crazy, and if the matrix is matrixing, this is probably gonna go to $1 minimum.
Dude, I want to just say this again. I don't even think that it's a debate whether it goes to $1 or not.
Yeah.
Like I really don't even. I think there's like a less than 5% chance that it doesn't get to $1. Like I really think you need to throw this chart in log and look at the 1.618 on log, and I think that's the discussion we should have.
What the hell? That's not.
I don't think that's right. I don't know what's going on there.
That's not right.
I don't think that's right. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But
is Doge going to 100K?
that I would cope.
Oh my god, I'd cry. There you go.
I think that's the discussion we have there.
Yeah.
All right. Can Doge hit $4? That's
420? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's going to 420. Come on.
Yeah, literally.
That's insane.
Literally.
1618 is 420. Oh my god. We've cracked the code.
That's right.
Oh. No such thing as coincidences.
No. And Louis, type this in now, bro. Look at Doge dominance. Doge.d. Let's throw on a fib set for Doge dominance as well and see if there's any confluence. I don't see any.
I mean, I don't know how this relates to like the USD pair, to be honest.
Well, it relates. It's a ratio of Doge against total. So it's like what percentage of crypto Doge represents. But I will notice, Louis, that the range high is at 3.91%. Imagine if Doge goes to 420 and Doge dominance goes to 4.2 and just sweeps the previous all-time high.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Like just something like this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Crypto's crazy, man. Crypto's crazy. How's Legacy doing today?
Not bad. Just chopping.
Yeah,
a little red.
Yeah. But just churning higher.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dow, all-time highs. NASDAQ, fresh all-time highs today again. Insane, man. What's IWM looking like? IWM's taking a little longer than it did previous cycles to break the old all-time high.
I wonder if they're going to make us wait for Trump to take office for IWM to rip, which would be a little over a month. It's like 5 weeks.
Or
5.5
is it
weeks.
when's the December rate cut decision? Are they just waiting on that confirmation? On
Could be that
rates
too.
continuing
Is
to
that the
cut?
18th? I think it's the 18th.
17th or 18th, yeah.
So another week and a half, something like that. Because IWM probably the most dependent on low rates, right? That's pretty much the key factor. Kind of what kicked off the initial pump, but definitely something I'm noticing where it's not breaking out as quickly as it has the last two cycles. It got there, but it hasn't broken it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, does that mean like people are just like the market's becoming more reflexive and people are just front running straight to crypto because it's more, just more adoption nowadays? Like that could be it. Maybe more people used to invest in the Russell and those people that would normally do that have a little more confidence in crypto and they're just skipping over that and just going right to crypto. Could be.
Yeah, I mean the distinct difference that we saw this time around, this cycle versus the previous two, is that Bitcoin needed the Russell and price discovery by a couple weeks in order to trail it. And I think you're hitting the nail right on the head, Louis, in that we don't need that kind of confirmation anymore. People can just go right to the horse's mouth. They can go right to crypto. Man, Bitcoin looks so good. The air is thin up here with crypto, guys. I know we had a little G'd on Bitcoin, but I think now that we cleared out that 100K level, I think the air is thin.
It is.
I think the path to 120 will come a lot quicker than 80 to 100. Let's put it that way.
What are you working on there, Louis?
Yeah, this was beautiful. We needed this.
Yeah.
Imagine we close this weekly candle at the highs.
I think we definitely can. We're gonna, because we have this here. We got this nice little liquidity pocket. We're gonna probably just punch through right here, and then from there, I think that's the true test. If we can get up here, hold it. I think we have a bullish weekend with ETH breaking out here, and by the end of the week, I can see us pushing highs again for sure. Especially after this, like this is what you need. This gave us so much liquidity and juice to head higher. And we were saying, I'm not going to talk about the Discord, but I am. But we were talking about this last night, where cleared out the liquidity, cleared out. This is crazy, right? Like you have all shorts stacked at the the 100K front run. All the bears like, you're never going to hit 100K, ha ha ha, and then bang. See you later. Liquidated. Then bang. Fuck you. Late longers. And then it goes, okay, now I could go. Like such a classic Bitcoin move. Just clearing out the leverage traders.
That's bull market price action right there, Louis.
100%. And that's the thing. Like the only reason, like last night looking at that and it's like the only reason I had a feeling we'd continue higher is just experience from last cycle. We've seen this before. We've seen this cycle. When was that? Maybe like first week in November or something like that, when we got that big like liquidity like pump and dump. But yeah, this is gonna happen a lot. It's gonna happen a lot. So just be careful on the leverage. They'll wipe out shorts, they'll wipe out longs, and then it'll leave without you. So
all right, guys, it's that time in the show. Now I am going to tell you about the Discord, guys. Check it out. We are still running our holiday sale right now. You can check this out. Got it up on the screen right here. Normally, just to get access to BB Terminal plus the Telegram alerts channel, it's $97 a month, currently discounted. But For the package that you really want, it's this one right here. Okay, this gives you access. The $399.99 a month one gives you access to 3 hours per day of private live voice calls with me, Tucker, Louie, and the entire BB team, where we do charts, analysis, trade setups, discussions, things that we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X. So again, it's 3 hours per day of private, recorded, conference room, boardroom style content with all of us. There's nothing else like it out there. Plus, within that existing membership, you get access to the BB terminal for no additional cost. Again, that's a custom trading terminal built out by the BB team. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars building this thing from scratch for you guys, and we give it to our Discord for free. Now, don't conflate our Discord with other Discords that maybe you've tried. We simply use Discord because it's easy and familiar. Okay, this is not your typical Discord experience. This is a true hive mind. This is a true resource, right? And there's a reason that we have an 80% lifetime customer retention rate. People come, they don't leave because they see the work that goes into it, and it's viewed as an investment for most people. Like, you might look at that and be like, hey, that's expensive, right? But what you get for it should easily cover those costs and then some. And that's why people stay. It's a necessary tool to add to their arsenal. But our holiday special, guys, if you don't have sticker shock, and you're like, hey, you know what? This is awesome. I'm ready to step up. I'm ready to take my trading to the next level. You can save 25% by paying for the year upfront, guys. I know it's a big commitment, but again, you will see why we have an 80% plus member lifetime retention rate. People buy it, they stay forever, right? It's truly a family. You get to see all of our positional updates, everything that we are doing in these markets, whenever we buy something, whenever we sell something. And again, 3 hours per day of private live conference calls with all of us. We get to talk twice every single day, one at the New York Open, one at the New York Close. So if you want to take advantage of the holiday special right now and save 25% off, we might keep it open through the weekend. I'm not sure, but that's going to be going away soon, guys. So if you want to save 25%, yearly sub right there for you. Cyber Monday, Black Friday, holiday special right here, guys. But if none of that is for you, consider checking out the BB Academy, guys. I did an awesome free course here. Most common question that I get is, Max, how do you make your charts look so good? Take the free course. Again, it's 100% free. It shows you how I set up my trading view, how I do everything. All right. But if you really want to take things to the next level, check out this bad boy right here. We spent about 6 months building out this masterclass. Me, Tucker, Tommy, Jack as well, the BB analysts, we spent 6 months putting together a comprehensive, masterclass. There's nothing else to describe it. There's no way to describe it other than masterclass. All of our strategies that we've used cumulatively for decades to navigate these markets, all compiled neatly into one super course right here, guys. But again, check out the premium offering before you guys go. And actually, last but not least, guys, if you're like, you know what, the show is great, but I don't have time for the Discord. Seems like a big commitment. And you're like, hey, I don't have time to learn how to trade. I got a 9 to 5. But you're like, I got some money in crypto. Well, guess what? I've got some great news for you. We also have an SEC registered hedge fund called BB Wealth Management. You can check out the link below to our X account. It's BB Wealth Management. You could fill out a contact form. We have been crushing it. We've been open since May, been onboarding a lot of money. The portfolio is doing tremendously well. And we would be happy to discuss any details with you guys on our operations. So if you're looking for somebody to manage your capital for you and invest in crypto for you, we'd be happy and honored to have that discussion with you. Or maybe you're like, hey, I can do this on my own, but I'm looking to diversify a little bit. It's a worthwhile diversification strategy as well. Let us take a portion of your funds, throw it in BB Wealth Management, let the boys take a crack at it. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for being here. Join us somewhere. Join us in the Discord. Join us in the Terminal plus Telegram. Join us in the Academy, or join us in our SEC registered hedge fund, BB Wealth Management. And we will see you guys next week for another episode of Market Check. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe and take care.